Okay, good argument. Rock on, Vaughn.
He truly brings tears to my eye.
How all-American, right?
Why was the intro so long?
I don't know. I was sent this by Animancer, and I'm like, oh, I'll play it, and then it went on.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that scene from the Ollie G show where he's playing the character of Bruno, and he's getting the one guy to like hold his arms out for like starving children. He does it for like a solid minute.
Are you talking about G-Man here or something?
No, the Ollie G show.
Okay, alright. The Ollie G-Man show. I gotcha.
Never heard of it, actually.
It's funny as shit.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, you guys know about it? Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
I think the reason I'm so fucked up is because, like, my mom raised me with that kind of shit. So, like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, for me it's, like, nostalgic, but it's also, like, this is where I got my morals from. Yeah.
You know what's really funny? I used to watch, like, South Park a lot as a kid, and my mom would swear up and down. She's like, don't you fucking dare tell anyone I let you watch this shit at, like, 15. Because we had, like, season 1 on DVD, and I remember one night she bought me, like, some, Eric Cartman, like, bedtime pajamas, and I like wore them for Christmas, and Nana looked at me and she just shook her head. She's like, I don't know why your mother would get you something like that. And I just had to keep my mouth shut the whole time. I was like, I don't know.
Dude, I'm glad I never had people like that in my family, and not to, diminish them, but, like, my family, they just kind of left me to my own devices. Like, you know, like, if I got an airsoft gun at, like, age 12, they're like, well, have fun with that. So,
yeah,
no fucks given for the... Yeah.
I was raised basically with super strict restrictions on what I could watch. Like, I was never allowed to watch shit like Family Guy or South Park, or... they didn't even like me watching The Simpsons.
Is that why you destroy Family Guy characters now?
That's kind of how my mom was. Like, she wouldn't let me watch Family Guy. I was cool to watch The Simpsons, but my dad was like, I don't give a fuck. Just, like...
Yeah, pretty much the same here.
Yeah.
But my mom was like, I don't want you watching those types of shows, Creamsicle.
That's what she called you? Okay.
Yeah.
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 That's my name, Creamsicle, because I'm a dog.
A dog.
Sorry if I'm, like, taking a while. I'm actually in the process of uploading a new video, so it'll just be a few moments. Oh, there we go.
So you're doing it now?
Can't you see the webcam in the top left corner?
Well, usually that hinders someone's, like, connection, but you sound okay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Does he have a fucking fiber optic directly into his laptop or some shit?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
I
I can barely download, like, a fucking, like, 600 megabit porn video without my computer just, like, stuttering constantly, or it'll take, like, 30 fucking minutes.
I can download... I can torrent a full movie in minutes.
What the fuck?
But for some
Oh,
reason...
fuck. Damn. Sorry, I had, like, a sneeze on hold for, like, a whole minute. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Let me
Holy shit.
finish speaking, fucker.
Whoa.
Hey.
Be nice to the
Fucking
host,
goat.
Digby, or I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna suck your dick. You fucking hear me?
Alright.
Yeah. That's a threat.
Please don't. I'm good. By the way, dude, Damon, you sent me like a video on Facebook where a bunch of people are playing cards or some shit. And I looked at it, I'm like, okay, maybe we'll play this on the show. And a guy gets fucking shot in the foot. Like, we can't play that on Twitch.
Oh,
I know I'm supposed to talk to you about this privately,
Wait,
but like...
Did I accidentally link that video instead of the other one I meant?
I don't know what the other one would be. You did it twice. I've had this video twice in the content list. I'm like, we can't... This is the same platform where, like, people get not permanently banned, but, like, temporarily suspended for accidentally cutting themselves. We can't fucking play some dude getting shot in the foot.
Okay, I meant to put that... I meant to put that somewhere else. I didn't mean to... Okay, I had another Facebook video lined up. Did you get the other one?
I did.
Okay.
Is it,
Okay.
Should we just jump into that?
Yeah, because I was saving it for these two guests.
Oh, okay.
Oh god. Is it gonna be fucking... I swear to god, if you play like some shit like all the single furries, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna fucking beat you.
It's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be that.
You know what's really funny? I actually met the producers of that song in AfroCon. That was awesome.
Let's dig into it first, and then you can tell me your story about how you...
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh god.
Hello,
It's Jilly the Jew.
everybody. So, yeah, I am respectfully...
Did you call her Jilly the Jew?
No, Jilly the Juice.
Oh!
Jilly the
I was
Juice.
gonna say, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I know she's a scammer, but goddamn.
Jesus, no. I didn't
Hey,
say
Damon,
that
are all of her papers in order?
Oh my god.
She looked like look at this, just a big fat nut.
I'm not 100% sure who this is.
Invitation to go on Kyle
Pause it for a
Curtis's.
second. I'll just give a brief summary for people who aren't familiar with this. All right,
Yeah,
so this is the person that Jeff Holiday went on Dr. Phil to like basically argue back and forth with because
this person.
Yeah, this person. Yeah, this person. She came up with something called Jilly Juice, which is like it's as disgusting as it sounds, basically. And she claims that it's like she's one of these people who claims it's like a miracle cure.
Sounds like
But-
something you drink so you could
but it's-
breathe underwater.
Yeah, it's actually
Dude,
like
You know what the name of her brand, like what is it, Julie's Juice or something? You know what that reminds me? Yeah, Jilly Juice. It reminds me of Butter's creamy goo from South Park.
Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah. That's why I call it Jilly the Juice because it's Jilly the Juice.
Sounds like something from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's kind of.
Like something. You
Anyway,
can't
go
put
ahead.
in a
What you were saying?
dimensional cable.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I mean, all there is to it is that she's a con artist who tries to sell a miracle cure onto people, and Jeff Holiday argued with her, and apparently she was supposed to have a live debate with Jeff Holiday on the Non Sequitur show.
Oh my god.
But she turned them down last minute.
Okay, so she's gonna explain why in this video.
Yeah, she's made a lot of videos since, and I believe she talks about that directly in this one.
All right, well, let's see what she has to say.
Non sequitur interview.
Yep.
That was set up about maybe a week or two ago for today. And the reason being is I don't like knowing exactly what I'm getting into all the time because
It's like Min Supernousophone.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hold on,
Yeah,
guys.
she
I
does
just
that.
noticed. What the fuck is that in her kitchen? With like the
What?
vent. Is that a fucking toaster oven or
No, it's
I don't
I think that's like a pizza maker. It looks like a fucking pizza oven, doesn't
what
it?
what the fuck? But why is it looks like the opening is like facing the wall.
Wow.
Fuck?
That's where she puts in the toddlers to make her Jilly Juice.
Exactly. Like holy fuck.
This woman's a witch.
I wouldn't
convinced.
focus so fucking hard on it if it wasn't like half the goddamn frame. Oh my god.
This interview request came through my website that went to my my moderator. and she sent me and said, "Oh, is this too good to be true? An interview request." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll take a look at it." And I didn't see too much. I didn't really know which direction they were, really going and listening to all of their other podcasts.
Okay, I found her website. Do you want to check it out?
Yeah, let's give that a look.
Yeah, let's give it a look. Come on.
All right.
Let's check it out.
I'm ready.
Okay, so jillyjuice.com. Mission statement: giving humanity the opportunity to heal relative to their expectation level, wholly considering their background, all the while understanding intention, outcome, and specific measurable results.
So it heals in like it. So basically, the more you think it's gonna work, the more it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's basically a
Holy
placebo.
shit.
Yeah, that's just gonna say.
Exactly.
Like, to me, it sounds like just like, okay, take the definition of placebo effect and just rearrange it a bit and make it into like the motto of the website, and there you go.
That's a
Check
good
out
legal strategy
Creamsicle.
because, like, if they fucking try to hit her with like some legal shit, she could say, well, it just falls under the placebo effect, so technically it is actual medicine, but
Let's check out
Proof.
Creamsicle's site.
No.
So she
no,
got
I don't
proof.
think we can. I do not think we can show that on Twitch.
No,
we
can't.
cannot show that on Twitch.
What proof? This?
No, my websites.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We can't show this on Twitch. We can't show this fucking anywhere.
The fuck.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
this is too much to dive into in one
Yeah,
episode, so
yeah.
fuck that.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll do an
Why is there a
entire
periodic
Jilly Juice
table?
episode. Oh my God, this is great. This is great.
But of course, they're drumming up interest for their audience.
This is amazing.
So finally, I guess somebody in my world who looks out for me, and I appreciate that. That's amazing on their end. I love them for that. Was looking at the promotion that in 2 hours they're going to be going live with me, and all of a sudden they told me that they saw the chats. Jeff Holiday is getting geared up,
The chat
and
is
now
what
I'm
made it.
on their top chat under the promotion on their website.
Whoa!
Baby, can you
What the
let?
fuck?
I'll do it.
Sort of chupacabra just ran into the house.
Holy shit.
Is she just leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
She's
I
like,
guess
holy
that's the-
shit, my pizza's here.
She has
Yeah,
to
like
fight off the
it's-
cryptid that just ran out. Why isn't this edited?
If Sugar just figured out
Because
how to
it's
close the
because
door.
this was done live,
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
much
All
like
right.
a Von Helsing.
Anyway, so I'm
video.
looking at their YouTube channel, and I'm seeing the non sequitur, and I guess there's a bunch of homosexuals, which they're fine.
Homosexuals?
Oh god.
Oh,
I mean, I know Jeff is flamboyant, but come on.
Oh
Um,
my god.
and they're just
You know, as
talking
soon as she fucking said, I saw the homosexuals, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's like
Oh yeah.
throwing a little zest on there, huh?
That's
do you
like
know
Throwing
they're
it
gay?
a little spicy.
like in Sonichu where he's like, we have nothing against homosexuals, but I was wrongfully quoted by a homo. Say like that's an actual line. I was wrongfully quoted by a homo.
Really?
Was he
ridiculous.
quote?
Yeah,
Was
well, no,
he-
that was Sonichu.
Was he
saying,
mind quoted?
Oh. Oh, I thought you meant like Sonic the TV show. I was like, wait, hold on.
No, Sonichu said it.
Oh, okay.
No.
Why
It wasn't
would
on Sonic
say
X.
that? Why would Sonic say that?
I don't
wasn't
know,
on
you
the
fucking tell
fucking-
me.
It wasn't on the fucking WB Kids network on Fox.
There is a scene I remember where Robotnik says shit, I think. It was
From,
in
like,
like
the old fucking
Japanese.
Sonic cartoon with like the little Japanese boy or something.
The Sonic X, I think. I just remember seeing
Yeah, I remember seeing that shit. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I feel like such fucking furry trash now that I admitted to that.
I mean,
No,
I
a
don't,
lot
I
of people
didn't-
watch that
I
show.
watched it back in the day. I never watched the series. I never really played a Sonic game that wasn't like Genesis.
With me, I had a Sonic game on the Game Boy, and I like played the fucking shit out of that game. It was awesome. But what the fuck was it? Fucking
Man, this Jilly Juice person is just like so soulless, and that
Yeah,
like we have
yeah. I
to
was just gonna say like
degenerate-
maybe we should move on to something else.
Yeah, let's
She
move
looks
on to
like an
something else.
Asian Gale.
Oh my God, that's no. Gail's nicer than this lady. Gail's
Gail-
nicer than this.
Gail is okay with the homosexuals. There's no but. When Gail
Yeah,
says
she-
she's okay with homosexuals, there's no but in that
Speaking
statement.
of
Okay with
homosexuals,
rapists, too.
That's it.
Yeah, she talks
I'm
about-
done
oh
with
my
Jesus.
God.
The Bible.
Oh my gosh!
All right, so
I can't fucking wait.
So this
I just
video-
wanna-
this video is called "I'm done being a Christian" in parentheses, not in parentheses, in quotation. Yeah, I have a feeling this is gonna be like a total straw man based on the title, but I don't know.
it is.
I feel like he's gonna be like, you see, Christianity and organized religion has torn me down, and he's gonna pull the classic like, I'm not a Christian, but I'm.
Bro.
I hope he
Probably.
cries in this one.
I
That's
hope
it.
so,
He cries in
too.
every
I'm done with
fucking
Jesus,
video.
the Bible, God. I'm not following anymore.
It's more like
That's
is
it.
Mario not gonna cry?
Is something you're going to hear people say a lot of. Not myself here today, but I wanted to make a video to address it. Sorry for the clickbait title, but it is in parentheses.
No, you're not.
For the
Hold on.
clickbait.
Sorry for the clickbait title. No, you look like the most smug piece of shit I've ever seen in
Yeah,
my
he knows
entire
when he's
life.
lying.
He's
only
like,
way I
sorry
can-
for the clickbait title.
I'm just waiting for the day I can break 10,000 views. Fucking whatever.
No, dude,
I mean,
this
look-
guy gets. Dude,
This guy gets.
you
Yeah.
you know this fucking guy is popular when you're sitting in your fucking room playing Team Fortress 2, and all you hear is your fucking family member in the kitchen, and he's like, "Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Vigilant Christian Mario here." And
Oh
you're like,
my
Oh,
God.
wait,
my
I thought
God.
no, because I check out his views. He like has well, you know, it's really inconsistent with views. A lot of them only get a couple thousand. Some of them get hundreds of thousands. I thought he died. I guess I was wrong.
I mean,
His-
it varies. Like,
Yeah.
we have another video which kind of explains a bit of it, but for now, let's just cover this one.
To
Okay,
address
check
this
this
statement
out.
that I'll see in my comment section and that I hear from people. And also I want to make this video for anyone out there who today feels this way, where you're literally going to turn. Today is the day you've had enough. God may be putting this video in front of you for the purpose of speaking to your heart because you specifically right now have decided, I'm done. This Jesus thing, it's difficult and I'm not going to do it. So I wanted
Hold
to talk
on,
about
just
it.
one fucking second. I just gotta say, as somebody who was raised religious, that's not really how it works. One day, people like if you're religious, it doesn't just go well. One day, fucking, I'm done.
Yeah,
it's more,
you have.
it's more like a.
You know what
like
this
a
reminds me of?
thing.
This reminds me of like typical Christian arguments where it's like, "Oh, you're just mad at God. Why do you hate God?"
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
I
no,
remember.
I reject the idea that he exists. That's the thing. There's a difference between rejecting the idea that something exists and disliking it.
Look at
I
this
started-
fucking face he makes in this thumbnail. Oh,
Oh my God.
He looks like a soy boy.
You know what? This has to be part of the thumbnail.
this
he looks
right
like
here.
such a fucking soy boy right now.
Yeah,
Oh my
look
God.
at him.
But I was gonna say, I started kind of becoming less and less religious the more I started jerking off to big old furry dong, and like
Wow.
it was more of a progressive thing. Like I went through all the stages. Like I started being in denial and shit until one day, you know, it was more. It took me about a few months.
So what
before
you're
I-
telling me is
So like the more you fap to furry porn, the more you're just kind of like God is dead.
so I just need to
Honestly,
send Mario a
Here's
bunch
the
of furry
thing.
porn.
Yeah, kind of. Because once I started jerking off to furry porn, I was like, huh, I might not be 100% straight. And
No.
then, yeah, once I started jerking off to like gay furry cum inflation, I was kind of like, oh, I don't think I'm 100% straight right now.
Yeah, no
And
shit.
then,
Yeah, no shit.
but at the time I was like, no, it's different because it's not real. It's just fake. And then I was like, oh, okay, I need to just come to terms with the fact that I like dick.
Let me
Speaking
tell
of-
you something, guy. Look at this guy.
I
First
just
of all, I
came
wanna-
to the realization that the Vigilant Christian is actually a real person who exists. I hadn't actually thought about that. I guess in my mind I assumed he was some sort of AI created by Google. I
To
don't know.
address, it is difficult to be a Christian. It's so much easier to
Oh
follow the
my
world.
God.
If following Jesus was easy, everyone would do it. But in fact, it's not. It's very difficult, and we can only do it empowered by the Spirit of God. We're not even going to be able to do it in our own strength. Why is this? Well, Christianity, when you follow and become a disciple of Jesus Christ, you end up going against the world. So the entire current is pushing this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, it's like mainstream science doesn't align with my beliefs. Therefore, it's kind of difficult for me to believe. It's like, isn't that a fucking good thing? That
I
you're
know
like
that's an
questioning the things you believe and actually learning about shit outside of that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who the fuck? Like, how are you going against the fucking world? Like,
In
you're not-
America, Christians have the most privilege of any religion.
Exactly.
At least for now.
like, how the fuck are you going against the entire world when the majority of your country is?
Well, he lives
it's
in
mainly-
Canada, doesn't he?
Yeah, but isn't I? You know what? I can't actually say. I don't know what the majority.
Well,
of...
it's probably,
He is Canadian.
Yeah, it's probably Mario is not a Canadian name. Why is his name Mario?
He's Italian. He's Italian. That's how he explained his weird hand movements. Remember that?
Yeah,
Back
like
on
when he
TV?
did the supposedly satanic sign and people called him out on it like he does with everybody else, and he's like, "Oh, I'm French," you know.
Italian. No, he's I'm French or
Say,
Italian.
I'm Italian.
I think he's
Mamma
from
mia.
like Quebec or something.
Yeah, he tried to be like, "Hey, no, you're prejudiced if you say that if you insult me for that because I'm Italian."
Wait,
That's
if he's,
racist, yo.
if he's from Quebec, do you think he knows JF?
They're
Maybe.
butt buddies.
Yeah.
Is that?
Um,
Wait a minute. It all makes so much sense. That it explains why JF really likes mentally retarded people. Because if he was shacking up with Mario back in Quebec, he got the acquired taste.
Time
Now
you
that he
repent,
did.
which means to turn.
Now that he's in
So one-
America and Mario's denying his homosexuality, has to chase after some
Well-
poon instead of
Well,
some.
here's the flaw with your theory. JF's made like he did an entire like in-depth explanation on the last time he was on DP about why it is not a good thing to stick your
It
dick
is-
in a man's butt.
And then,
But
wait a minute. If it's not a good thing to stick your dick in another guy's butt, why the fuck is your prostate in your ass? Destroyed.
he never explained that, but no one
Rip.
ever asked him.
Deleted.
mhm.
Fucking delete your channel, JF. Deleted.
steady turn.
Okay.
Where before you were just going with the current, it's easy. Now all of a sudden God says, no, you need to turn and follow after me. And that means going against this current that keeps pushing you, and you get weary, and you're swimming upstream, you're walking up the hill, and it's to you that I'm speaking, the one that's weary on your way to
I'm
Jesus.
feeling pretty weird.
The Bible says something as well. It says
Because of
to
Mario?
endure hardness as a good
Ooh.
soldier of Jesus Christ.
I bet
Endure.
Mario endures a lot of hardness.
Look, man, if I could count how many times he
Veiny
points up to the
hardness.
sky.
Man, he could endure a lot of hardness if he got in.
Does he just point up to the sky every time he says God?
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question for you, Swag. You said you had another Mario video.
Yeah, I
Oh
do.
my god. Oh my god.
You must have saved that a while ago, right?
No, it was actually in the same list as the one I got today.
Oh, okay. Because there was one Mario video I was going to give you, but
I mean,
got
do you wanna
taken-
do you wanna just like say fuck it to this and move on to that? Because he's just kind of repeating the same point. Like it's difficult
yeah.
to acknowledge that science doesn't align with my ideas.
It's just a bunch of clickbait. He's still a Christian.
Dude,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. The more Mario, the better. Like, I need more of this fucking asshole in my life.
Right off the bat, it's like I lied. It's like okay, well, fuck, thou shalt not bear false witness. Then okay, rock on, Mario.
The dog
Yeah, rock
demands
on.
it.
Dude, I swear to God, like Mario, he feels like if somebody gave a sim the ability to communicate in English, like the hand movements, the voice,
Yeah.
everything.
He sounds like one shit.
God damn it.
Hey everyone, it's the Vigilant Christian Mario. I pray you're having a great day.
Thank you.
I wanted to take this moment here
Holy
to
shit.
share with you that I've
Hold on.
discovered
Just
exactly.
1 second. Look at that fucking flannel. And that fucking
Oh,
little
yeah.
slit in his neck.
He's
oh my
always
God.
he's always wearing flannel. Stop jizzing out over Mario.
Shut the fuck up. Don't tell me how to live my life, okay?
Eh,
Just look at that face. Look at that flannel. He looks like he could be my fucking daddy. Do you
maybe
wanna
if
do you wanna
he
be
was a
my
cartoon animal.
do you wanna be my master and I can be your little puppy, Mario?
Can we stop this? Like, it was fun at first, but now I'm just kind of like, okay, this is getting kind of odd.
Anyway.
God damn, the one time we have a couple furries on the show, and it's
I
like,
know.
okay, yeah.
Well, listen, you bring this sexy piece of ass right in front of me. Expect me not to say a word. That's like me bringing on fucking Jessica Rabbit, not expecting you to go like, huh, I'd plow her.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why?
Yeah,
My
that's
videos
good.
have been banned in the UK, 40 countries over there. It actually has to do with Article 13. I'm going to, which is the EU Copyright Directive. Now, I'm going to link a video up in the description that goes over this a little bit more. It's from Philip DeFranco. Now, I don't agree politically with anything he says, but this video, he really did a good job at explaining...
Fucking Philip DeFranco is, like, one of the most, like...
Yeah, but he doesn't like him because he's
people.
not a Christian.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, I watch Philip DeFranco all the time. He's, like, one of the most, like, mild people.
So the reason
it's kind of like I disagree with him. It's like I don't know if you could even agree with him. He sits on the fence at every turn. How could you even like how do you know that you differentiate from his opinion on any fucking given issue?
There are only a couple things that he really doesn't sit on the fence, and it's mostly with like child abuse.
Well,
like,
yeah, no shit.
That sort of shit. That's the one thing he's not on the fence. So if Mario's like, I don't align with this guy politically at all. Like, what the are you beating up kids, Mario? are you like Egghead's girlfriend? You giving some kids a pat on the head?
The tap on the head.
A tap on the head.
This complicated, confusing copyright law that the EU has put into place.
Nice alliteration.
Now, I can't even understand what it is it's all about.
Part of the reason why I wanted to play this video is because I noticed I had another video of Mario's lined up for where he talks about how sad it was. One of them was actually played on DP, where he talks about how or the altered perspective, where he talks about how sad he is that he's losing his channel and everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
But the two videos he made about it got taken down, and at first I thought, oh, Mario took them down. But then I looked at it, and I managed to find out why they were taken down, and YouTube blocked it in my country.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah, YouTube blocked both videos in my country.
Damn.
So the only archive of that is on the altered perspective.
Oh my god.
The last episode.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, actually. I don't like Mario, but like if YouTube's doing that, then obviously I condemn it.
Mario said that he might be moving to doing live streams on Twitch.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't really do anything or he honestly doesn't really say anything that would break the TOS.
I just decided something. I'm gonna try and get Mario on the show.
Dude,
Mario.
Me and Mario.
No, I'm not getting you on with Mario. You'd make him never come on again. You'd make him never come on again. You'd be like, oh yeah.
Listen. I'm a good dog. I can behave myself when I want to.
Yeah. But yeah, Mario, if you're watching.
What they're trying to do in the EU over there overseas is they're trying to prevent people from doing copyright infringement. So, for example, okay, and don't take me for this. This is just me trying to understand it. If you really understand this, can you explain me in the comment section? But what I believe is that, like, a lot of my content, I'll take an article, something that's gone on, a music video, and I'll take images from that, and I give commentary on
everyone does.
It's considered fair use, but this looks like it's destroying.
I mean, he's not really saying anything really objectable at this point. It's just really explaining like what he's doing. But yeah, that's basically the entire reason why we had to talk about this, right? Because the fact that Mario even got his videos blocked, and he had to upload this on his side vlogging channel. So he's not even able to talk about this shit on his main channel without getting blocked, and I think that's fucked up. Like, I think that a lot of the shit that he says is stupid, but he's entitled to his beliefs.
Yeah,
and
the thing is, like, being
it.
stupid should not be something that you get censored for. You should be able to be a fucking moron and be just left alone.
At the end of the day, I think that's just really what this whole Article 13 thing comes down to. At the end of the day, it's like people are entitled to like their opinions. Like, you shouldn't try to have a super strict guideline on everything, because that's just going to lead to a less creative and world for everyone. If everyone's like, under the fucking boot and heel of all these like stipulations constantly, it stifles creativity, and people are less likely to make their own original material.
You know what it comes down to? You have like the wealthy fucking studios and big shots that want to own anything on the internet that they can own. And then you have the people outside of that being the vast majority. it's obvious that the EU is gonna side whichever side has the most fucking power and money. Yeah, that's it. So when it comes to people like Mario, yeah, this is unfair, but this is the fucking society we live in. You know,
we live in a society.
Yeah, I mean, like, justice for all, that's a fucking lie. This is a good example of that. I know this applies to the EU, but, I mean, people have this idea that there's supposed to be, like, a justice system. Well, there is to some extent, but when it comes to shit they can get away with, like this, they're gonna fuck you over, any way they can.
I agree. Like, that's the thing too. Right now, like, the internet is, like, not to the extent it was, like, even 10 years ago, but it's still the Wild West, like, especially when it comes to laws and shit like that. So right now, what we're doing, like, in these few years, this is the fight for the internet, and right now we're losing. The people are losing. So if we don't get together and, like, actually decide, because there's people who argue out of their own favor all the time. You know what I mean? Like, argue against their own free speech, which is ridiculous. But we need to, like, there needs to be more people mobilizing getting together and speaking against this.
You know what I think could. I'm sorry, I just want to point this out. Like, you know what I think could kind of combat this in a way? If people just stopped giving a shit about this law and just did whatever they wanted to anyway. You know, like, despite that, people are not gonna fucking follow it. If nobody follows this law, it's gonna become obsolete. Eventually, the EU will realize that this is ineffectual, and they're gonna say, "Hey, we fucking tried, but nobody gives a shit." Yeah, I don't know if that's something that would be a solution to this, but that's the closest thing we can get to, because we don't have the power to actually put this up to a vote. This was put up to a vote for the people who are actually in charge and powerful and rich. That's it. Sorry.
The thing is, when you do that, though, if people just, you know, have civil disobedience, then it goes up to the companies. Sort of like how YouTube does it with its copyright system, where if YouTube doesn't do something, then they're just going to get fucking obliterated with lawsuits.
Here's the thing, though.
If it comes down to it, I don't really think the EU is just going to say, okay, no Facebook, no YouTube in the EU.
People might ignore it, but at the same time, there's going to be a few cases that are going to happen first, in which people are going to be put in jail, perhaps, or worse, sued, something like that. There's going to be legal repercussions to someone just, you know, doing something fun on the internet, and it's going to take something crazy like that for people to actually wake up and, you know, have a conversation about it, like, as adults. Because right now, like, I hate to say it, but the EU is very non-democratic. So the fact that the vote for all of these countries was put together by a bunch of people who weren't even elected democratically is it's very sad. That's all I'll say.
Dude, the thing is too, like, the way they have this set up, it's obviously meant to attract as little attention as possible. Article 13, when in reality it should be called, like, gimme that, it's mine, because that's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, kind of.
It's a matter of people wanting to own more for themselves than to actually be able to share it with other people. You know, like, it's just, we live in a culture that so heavily depends on people being able to communicate ideas. And this attacks that. Because in a huge area of that, you have people discussing things in media or properties of big companies. They're supposed to be able to communicate ideas surrounding these things, and they're not going to be able to do that if you implement laws like this. This is one step towards not being able to do that, or at least, you know, partially being able to do that sometimes, if they allow you to. If they feel like you've said enough good shit about them, then it's fine. It's kind of like the Cristiano brother fucks who fucking took down a bunch of videos on YouTube when they made fun of that "Hey Scotty" clip.
Oh, yeah,
you know, like, you said something bad about our shitty movie, so we're gonna take it down. But if you say something good, you have the right to stay. That's fine.
Here's the thing. That Hey Scotty clip probably got more people to check out that shitty fucking movie than any advertisement ever did. Because, you know, especially back then, the DP fan base was, like, probably at its peak around, like, 2015, 2016, when that was done a lot, so.
What episode range would that be at? Like 130, 140 maybe?
I'm just gonna go on I'd say like the 60s to like 120, around that range.
Maybe.
Would probably be.
Because I think I started watching around like episode 80. is when I got onto it.
I still have a bunch of these weird, obscure DP facts somewhere around in my noggin, so.
Nice.
So, somebody in the chat said, wasn't there a thing where people tried to copyright the term React or something? I think he's talking about the Fine Brothers.
Yeah, they didn't try to copyright it. They tried to trademark it. The Fine Bros. They tried to make it as a registered trademark so that nobody else could. And sort of turn it into a franchise, which their goal was you partner with them, they get a cut, they make sure your shit doesn't get like copyright claimed, they make sure your shit's transformative. But essentially what it was, after YouTube did its thing with it, it essentially got turned into you want to own all your shit and fuck you. Especially after they went after fucking Ellen DeGeneres for like her doing a fucking reaction. Like, what the fuck?
How you gonna go?
How fucking childish can you be, dude?
I know.
Like,
such
people reacting to shit is such a fucking like universal thing. Like, I hate to fucking bring it back to the example that everybody uses, but back in the day, like fucking, I don't know, like 2008, YouTube was just like fucking YouTube poops and like people reacting to 2 Girls 1 Cup.
Oh yeah.
So trying to fucking say like, well, I mean, maybe not. Maybe I got the year wrong, but like it was a lot of that and like Shane Dawson. So like trying to say that people reacting to things is your thing.
We're reacting right now. Oh shit, guys.
Yeah.
The Fine Brothers are gonna come for us.
Like like saying that you own reactions, you can just eat my ass. You can eat my popper ass, is what you can do.
Wow.
Votiamo la proposta della Commissione per appello nominale. Il voto è aperto.
Oh god, that Italian makes me...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Such enthusiasm over the death of free
That's basically what this amounts to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like nana nana boo boo.
Look at this bitch.
You know how fucking beautiful it would be if like the ceiling vent just collapsed on him and it ended there?
Yeah.
Reminds me of Nixon.
Oh, please tell me that's actually how this video ends.
Here, 1 second.
No. Sadly, they win and we get fucked in the ass. That's the end.
Oh, wait. What's this represent? So, the Greens voted in favor of this shit, and the red people didn't?
I would assume so. I don't know what the yellow one is. Maybe they abstained or something.
The green votes mean... The yellow votes, I believe, mean everybody in the entire panel. The green votes were the people who did vote for it. The red lines mean the people who voted no. And the big white circle means abstain.
What the fuck are they doing there then?
You guys know who to try and kick out of here, you know?
Yeah.
Anyone who voted green, like, at least, like, fuck. Like, there is a decent amount that did vote against it, which is nice, but the fact that there's so many that voted in favor of it is just depressing.
Yeah. Well, welcome to democracy. Or, well, as close as we can get to democracy.
Yeah.
Yay! Fuck people.
Wow!
He held up his thumbs like he was Richard Nixon on shit.
He is. He's back from the dead.
Richard Nixon came back. Oh man, I remember back in elementary school, the person who actually got me started into doing impressions was like my old government teacher. Because like every 15 minutes, he'd break out like a presidential impression. Like he'd do his Bill Clinton or his George W. Bush or his Nixon or his fucking Ronald Reagan. And I was like, I want to be like that guy.
These days, the only thing that people are going to be doing is making fun of Trump, because that's all they do in schools these days. My last year in school was like the first year that Trump was like a thing, and it was just a bunch of people making fun of, Trump. I was like so tired of it, buddy.
I was actually in college when Trump was elected, and I remember I was watching the Drunken Peasants live coverage.
Oh yeah, that was classic.
I was dead ass up until 4 o'clock in the morning watching that fucking coverage. Like I was up late as fuck. And I remember the next morning I get out and see my roommate, because like, I was just kind of like, fuck it, let's just watch the world burn, because either candidate, I hate him. Yeah. So I get up the next morning and my roommate, his name is, I can't say his name, but let's call him
Newquist.
Let's call him I don't know, Steve or whatever. Fuck it. I'm getting caught up on bullshit. But anyway, he was like a big Trump supporter. And,
Here's the thing, I don't
I
even
remember
like Trump.
I saw him the next day. I was like, "Did you see the election?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, Trump won. Make America great again." And like,
You should have
I was on a
introduced
college
him to
campus, and
drunken
we got a bunch of really bad looks. And I remember like there was this really morbidly obese woman with like green hair, and she was putting up signs everywhere about like, "We are the resistance.
Morbidly.
Come
what
meet
a
us
fucking
with a
freak.
bonfire at
Oh my
midnight
God.
tonight." And there was a
I
fucking
hate that.
administrator just pulling them down as she was putting them up, just walking right behind her, just
What a
ripping
fat
every
fuck.
single one.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't really, care who won. I was just glad that Trump won because of how much, butt hurt it would
Yeah.
cause.
It would have been
I thought it would
butthurt
be
on both
funny.
sides, but it was more butthurt on the other side. So.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not really glad he won, but whatever. Like,
Yeah.
either
Like,
way, it was gonna be bad. I think Trump
one
might
of
have been
the-
like worse, I guess, in some areas, but I mean, I should say he is.
I don't even know
One
what
of the
to think.
Steven Universe, one of the people who works on Steven Universe made some sort of like
Oh,
depressed ass comic, like talking about like when Donald Trump got elected, I cried with my partner. Is like, yeah, fucking shut up.
I used to
Fucking
be of the
Steven
mind that if Trump ran for election, like I didn't even hate him at the time, but I was like, Trump won this election, but he narrowly won it, so he'll never win another one again. But now I'm starting to think, like maybe it's probably likely that he will win unless like the Democrats pull out a good candidate, because
I hope he
I-
doesn't.
I-
I'm tired of fucking hearing about him.
I'm tired of hearing about him too.
Yeah,
honestly.
just tired of him being like at the butt of every single meme.
I
Not
want
because he doesn't deserve it, but like, goddamn,
I
it's
would
so
want
fucking-
Al Gore for president.
I don't
Al
want to.
Gore.
Yeah,
I would want him.
you know who I want? Jeb. I want Jeb Bush.
Fuck that.
Hey,
I want Kanye.
You want Kanye?
Yeah.
Listen,
He just, I
I
don't know.
actually, I don't actually think Tyler the Creator is old enough to run for president, but
Tyler the Creator.
yeah, Tyler the Creator, he's fucking awesome.
I know who he is, but I don't think he'd run for president.
I hope he would. It'd be like
Hey,
free
Creamsicle.
taquitos for everybody. What's up?
You know that furry music video thing you talked about that we don't have on the show?
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
furries.
Yeah, I lied.
All the single furries, all the single furries, all the single furries, all the
Why do
single furries,
why do
all the
furries all have voices like that?
By the way, SWEGTA, we ain't watching this whole thing. We ain't
No,
watching this
no,
whole
of course
thing.
not.
No, stop. But let me
Why
tell
do
you my
furries-
story.
Why do furries all have voices like that? I don't get it. Why do we all have that sort of voice?
I don't understand, but I remember I actually I went to Anthrocon this year. It was my first furry convention ever, and one of the guys was doing like a late night panel, and he's like, and next we're gonna bring out these two musicians who you best know for all the single furries, and everybody in the whole crowd was like, boo! And all you could hear from backstage was like, we're sorry, okay? Everybody still fucking booed the shit out of him.
Good.
But they actually did a really good performance. They didn't.
No, they didn't.
They didn't sing this.
I'm
They-
glad
talking
you
about
guys
what
are
they
having.
did at
I'm
Anthrocon.
glad you guys are having a good conversation, because like the minute I saw this, the minute I
Oh
saw
my
this,
God.
the minute I
Fun.
saw this, I was like instant regret that I put this on the show.
Look
Like,
at the middle one's fursuit head. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What is up with your eyes?
This is the worst thing
Like,
I've ever
here's
seen
the thing.
in my life.
The two
Kinda looks like he
the
just
two-
did a line of coke. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, shit."
The two on the left and right, like the border collie's kind of cute, but like the other two, the border collie's kind of cute. The fox is kind of cute. The one in the middle, dude, get some fucking bigger eyes, dude.
This is all
They look
nightmare
like they're
fuel to me.
they look like they're the size of a fucking like pea.
This is Five Nights at Freddy's. All right, fuck this, Swags. I'm sorry I gave you this. I
Thank you for
apologize
at
to
least
our
shutting
viewers.
off the sound so I
This
can
is the
keep
worst
watching.
thing I've ever done, perhaps in
Yeah.
my entire life.
I have it
So-
muted for a reason. I
Yeah.
think we're good.
Yeah, I
Isaac.
think we're good.
For copyright. Oh my god, I would fucking.
Who the fuck would
hold on.
want to put? Who the
Just
fuck
one
would
second.
want to own the rights to this? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, I know.
I would fucking tug on that border collie's leash so hard, like you
Oh
don't even
my god.
Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
this.
we're moving on. We're moving on.
It's funny. I actually saw a border collie fursuiter just like a couple days ago, and he was.
Oh, you just see them all around your town?
He was no. I saw him on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not like seeing one.
No, well, I mean, I saw a ton at Anthrocon. There were like fucking 7,000 people.
Alright, well, let's watch. Oh
So
my
this
God.
is the first installment of the Vadim Newquist show.
Oh,
This
God.
is no, okay, no, okay.
Where's it-
So that
Is it
okay.
hosted at Applebee's?
No. This is not actually called the Vadim Newquist show. That's just a joke title that was added to this re-upload. This is actually a show that was originally called Drunken Recap. It was a show that I named. I named this show. I wasn't really involved in it beyond I was like a guest on the first episode and I came up with the name. But after that, it was pretty much just other people, and this is what it turned into after long after my departure during the last legs of the show.
So if you think Underhaven sucks, this is how much we could suck if we put
Yeah,
no
this is how
effort
much
into
we
it.
could suck.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the
Is he
Drunken
fingering
Recap
himself?
with a
Oh.
very special guest.
He's
today.
like digging his hand in
I
his
have
pocket
with
like
me
he's trying to
Creation's
find some
cat,
lint.
The Lord's chosen cat.
Oh my
That's
God.
right. What's up, sodomites? What the fuck am I doing on this show?
What you don't like Shishi?
Oh, come on. Creationist cat, it's awesome.
The thing that happens at the start of this show is one of the funniest things that you will ever hear on any podcast ever.
Okay, let's see.
I think my pug is better.
So, Creationist cat, would you join one of G-Man's?
What? Alright, see ya.
What?
Oh my fucking God.
Hold on.
Man's
What?
Let's see what they say.
Listen close.
Alright, see ya.
Wait, hold on. Fuck.
Okay, I need it.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, see.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Bye.
So what the hell was that? Can you explain that?
Oh, it goes on. Go ahead. You'll hear more.
Okay.
Okay.
I put that box that needs to go outside and move in, okay?
Alright, I'm still on the podcast, Mom.
Oh my God. Oh my
You know,
God.
the-
Yeah, I'm still on the podcast, Mom. Still on
Just
the
mute your
podcast.
microphone for a second.
Yeah,
dude.
like,
Damn.
look, there's a button you could press on Google Hangouts that would mute
Yeah.
you. Better yet,
Just
you could just fucking leave.
I
That would be
prefer-
better.
Unplug it.
I prefer Discord so much because push to talk, but yeah, you can click a button and mute yourself on Google Hangouts if you want to. This is my gift to you guys because I made you guys suffer through a couple seconds of that single furry song. So
Okay,
Thank you.
rock on.
I mean,
Ow, fuck.
visuals-
That was
The
loud.
visuals weren't that bad for all the single furries. I mean, that border collie, like,
Ugh.
shit.
I
Somebody get me his Twitter. Somebody get me his After Dark, cause like I want to follow.
no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Don't
do
post it on the show. Don't try to look for it on the show. But if you can find his Twitter, send it to me, cause I want to tug on his leash.
Man, you're frisky.
Conceivably,
it. Risky.
partake
Riskier than
in
Shishi.
homosexual acts. I could go to like a Neon Trees concert or something. I could you know, put on a Barbara Streisand
I feel
record.
so
But
But
bad.
I'm not gonna
Vadim.
do that because that's kind of gross. I'm just not. It's kind of gross. Well,
To be fair, everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody has to have their shitty first like 3 episodes.
This
I
was
just-
like episode 12.
Was it?
Oh,
Wait, hold on. This was
okay.
like the 12th episode?
Yeah, Attack of the Clones. Our
I was
first
gonna say-
episodes were better because I was on it. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say like it's okay, Vadim. Everybody has their rough starts. We understand running a podcast is hard, but ooh,
No, I'm just kidding.
oh,
Like,
yeah.
Do you think Jesus is gay because he wore sandals, hung out with 12 dudes, he had fabulous hair, you know?
watch Vadim
He was a
try to work with
virgin,
this material.
apparently. I mean,
hold on, just one fucking second.
How does sandals make you gay?
They do, first off,
They are.
and second off,
that's a little
Alright.
bit suspicious, you know?
Yeah, but man, when he died, he got like crazy amount of pussy in heaven. So
Okay, this sucks. Can we skip forward to something actually interesting?
Yeah, please. Oh my fucking god.
I think creationist cast.
What the fuck, SWEGTA?
Wait, hold on. Okay.
What the hell was that?
Well, it's the
there's a
furry
dog
episode, I
fucking.
guess. So there you go.
Oh my
There's your
God.
Oh
fulfillment.
my god.
Oh, please no.
AIDS? Wait, hold on.
This was the actual show. This was an actual show.
Okay. What else do you guys do? Hold on.
How do you?
Tano, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfucker! Fuck you!
They put in a scam Tano clip.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What else happens?
Nothing. That's pretty
Oh.
much it. It's just for D&B and cringy, and then
Wait, did you guys like put that on fast forward or?
Yeah, I just kind of
Yeah,
skimmed
he
through
was
it because
scrolling through it.
Oh, okay.
it's
I
like
was
10
like,
minutes
wait.
long. I don't have the attention span to watch 10 minutes of this shit.
Of
I'm sorry.
of Shishi talking. Yeah, all right. If you,
Shishi
I'm gonna source the
Sure,
video in the link on the
God.
YouTube video if anyone wants to check it out. So, it's terrible. But yeah, the best part of that clip was at the start where he asked, "I'm on the podcast, Mom."
I'm on the podcast,
I'll
Mom.
take out the trash later, Mom. I'm on a podcast.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Okay,
shit.
so you guys said that you're kind of sick of hearing about Trumps. I think we're gonna skip that and just go straight to Von Helton because people seem to like it. We've actually
Yeah.
we've
Oh my god.
drawn the attention of some Von Helton detractors, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I actually have a story about Von Helton.
Oh, go ahead.
You remember back when Brett Keane had a Discord server, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he banned me.
yeah, where he banned me too. Just because I told him I was a crossdresser, he banned me.
Really?
And, like,
I
a
just
voice chat.
I asked him like
I didn't even say like, hey, I'm a crossdresser who does porn. I was like, no, I'm just a crossdresser. That's all.
Okay, before we continue, like, here's what happened to me. So, he's doing a live stream and he's talking to like two of his fans he's got left. So I'm just kind of like, I joined the server and just go on his stream, and I'm just kind of like, okay, so you're gonna flag down Pimp Monk's channel because he was gonna do that at the time. And I asked him, I'm like, what is the reasoning for this? And he's like, he brought up the TOS, and he goes through it and kind of half-assedly reads some of it. And at one point, he's like, YouTube is not a venue for harassment. I'm like, it's venue, Brett. He's like, well, whatever,
venue.
fuck it.
Venue.
A venue.
Whatever, you're banned.
Yeah, I didn't last long.
Who
in
gives
that
a
server.
shit? I'm like,
But
okay.
here's the thing.
Okay, so let me just like here. So I'm just kind of like, okay, well, his argument boiled down to, among all of these rules, Pimp Monk has surely broken one of them. I'm like, well, what about you then? How many channels have you had? And at that point, he's like, well, you're just a ball washer. Fuck you, and he kicked me, and that was the end of it.
Wow.
You're just a ball washing bitch.
You're a ball washer.
I'm just a ball
here's-
washer, bag baby. Sorry, go
He
ahead.
only likes ball washers if they wash his balls.
Nobody wants to do that. Not even Dorn.
Balls.
Von Helton does.
I bet he does. He wants to gum him.
Gorm
But
job. Yeah.
An orb jorb gorb jorb. But my story with Von Helton began with I wanted to be a moderator in the Brett Keane server solely
Why?
because here's a couple reasons. One, I didn't really like the fact that it just constantly got raided and none of the mods did anything. I mean
Why?
anything about it.
Why?
Because I feel bad because I run a Discord server. I run a pretty big
You
Discord
shouldn't
server.
feel bad for Brett Keane.
I shouldn't, but I do because I know running a server is a lot of really hard work. But
Man, fuck that.
and then
fuck
it
that.
it is on my end. But
No, you know what I do to run
But
my
here's-
servers? I just run them.
yeah, you just put it up and you're like, fuck it, whatever. Just delegate your authority. But what I wanted to do was I also wanted to get into the mind of the manatee. I wanted to see what he was like from the inside. So I talked to Von Helton because
He just betray you and stab you in the back eventually.
I know.
Betray.
I understand. But what
so
I did
you,
was
so
I
you
talked-
kind of like sought out Vaughn in hopes that he could like share,
Yes,
the
exactly.
togetherness him and Brett have as gum
Oh, yeah.
brothers.
No. What I wanted to do was, because Brett Keane, anyway, I wanted to talk with Vaughn because I realized that Brett Keane had already banned me because I was a cross-dresser. So to message him about being a mod was just fucking stupid. So I decided to message Von Helton, and I said, hey, it looks like your server's going through a lot of trouble. I run a really big server. Would you like me to be a moderator? And
He
he's
doesn't
like,
seem to like the homosexuals either, though.
but here's the thing, he didn't know I was at the time. And then he's like, well, I'll talk to Brett about it and blah, blah, blah. And a couple days later, I'm like, hey, were you able to talk to Brett about it? He's like, well, I was, but I also need to pay my cable bill. And I was like,
Oh my god.
I was like, what? He's like, well, if you give me, I'm only $20 short on my cable bill. So if you give me that, I'll put in a good word for Brett. And
Wow.
I was like, you want me to PayPal you $20 fucking just because I'm offering to help you in your fucking pitiful Discord server? I was like, really? I'm offering to volunteer my time, and you're like, well, if you give me $20, I'll put in a good word with the manatee.
With that statement, this show will now have not every episode, but every once in a while there will be a Von Helton segment. We're gonna be doing a Von Helton segment.
Yeah, fuck it.
Is
Actually,
Von Helton gonna be the new Red Team? Because if he
privately, we talked about this, and we're like, okay, we should just kind of like not do this as often because it might get old. But there's so much shit you could look up. There's like an endless supply of bullshit on Von Helton you could easily find. So we're just kind of like, we can't help ourselves. It's too good.
Yeah, like we even just got a story from someone on the show who I didn't think had anything to do with Von Helton, who knew something crazy that Von Helton did. So yeah.
I mean, that just goes to show. Somebody asked, is this the guy who gummed the steak? Yeah.
Yeah, one of my friends actually recorded that conversation. I was there.
Oh, the one with Ryby?
Oh god.
Yes.
Let's not.
Oh,
Let's not.
Lord of mercy, son.
Yesterday's pizza.
It's got nasty.
No, it does not have nasty.
So what is this? Is this like a live
Is that his
stream
mom or
video?
his wife? Or
Okay, so
she looks like she got out of a fucking nursing home.
Last episode we played a Von Helton video, and I was like, "What's this fucking fly in the background?" Right?
Yeah.
So there was an old now defunct Von Helton archive channel that was the logo of that channel, and the reason why that fly was the logo of this channel is because in this video Von Helton, he talks about his mom brings up that, you know, the trash hasn't been taken out in a long time, and now there's gnats in there, and like I'm pretty sure that it's true, you know, because there's flies flying around, and people point out it's like this huge event in Von Helton history where, you know, he got so fucking lazy that he had gnats coming out of his fucking garbage.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
How did the gnats get in there? I don't know.
And put your dirty napkins in the garbage. This is exactly why.
Look, he's like a little kid.
Yeah.
God.
He needs his mom to explain. Put your dirty napkins in the garbage. So this was during a live stream.
My god. Are we just gonna watch a bunch of live stream fails?
I don't know, I guess so.
There's so many of these.
Oh my god.
No, Mom, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
There was no mention of the house at all. Sorry. There wasn't no mention of the house at all. Sorry.
Oh, that is his
You
mom.
fail. Once again, you fail.
Once
wearing a
again,
white
you
beard.
fail.
Look,
What
there's
the
his flag
fuck?
in the background that he
But I mean,
used
like,
to salute
that's how he
earlier in the
fucking,
episode.
like, talks to his mom. It's like, once
Yeah.
again, you fail, mom. Like, what?
Yep, once again,
It
you
sounds like
fail.
somebody. Sounds like, I don't know, G-Man or something like, once again, Mom, G-Man wins.
This seems like the same house, and I haven't seen his mom in recent videos, so that leads me to believe that she's not around anymore.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He just
So-
fucking inherited the house from his mom.
I
The
guess.
house, it's a trailer, but okay.
No mention of the fucking house.
Oh, I
No
guess it's a
mention our
house.
fucking
No mention
house.
of the fucking house at all. The home is cluttered
I
to
don't
the
see how
point
else Von Helton could get a house unless he inherited it.
that it is difficult to find a place to sit, and the surfaces,
Man,
i.e. countertops,
I don't like
tables,
being
coffee
rude
table,
about
etc.
people, like how people look, but I was always bothered by Von Helton's fucking schnoz.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it just makes me kind of uncomfortable.
Now that you pointed it out, holy fuck, that looks like a giant-ass light bulb on his face.
Yeah.
Covered with dirty dishes, dirty bottles, and other stuff.
Rudolph the
You will have to
Red-Nosed
describe in
Reindeer.
detail what occurred in my home
to cause my children to be
It's
at
most
risk.
noticeable when he's like at a profile view, you know, not so
He
much.
kind of
at
looks
front.
like.
Look at that
he
shit.
Dude, you know what?
Oh,
He kind of looks like Bill Maher with Down syndrome in a
Yeah,
way.
he does. He does.
Request
Bill
the
Maher
court
with
to
fetal
order
alcohol syndrome.
the release of the record.
Fuck you, Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Fuck
Until they
you.
decide to
Fuck
do
your
it.
mother.
That cunt
On
is a piece of shit, and I fucking hate him.
9, 2011, the children were seen at the UK Grad Clinic, and were once again diagnosed as failure to thrive. Their formula was changed, however, despite several prompts.
What is this?
Is he talking about like his children's like birth defects? What the
Maybe.
fuck, dude?
What the fuck? Can you skip ahead a little bit? I want to see.
That's like
we get to the
my
flash.
mom going on stream and like, yeah, our little dog Creamsicle was born with a hole in her heart. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh my god. What, is it just his mom bitching at him at the start and we don't get to see the juicy details?
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean,
what the fuck?
Look at those armpits.
Ah,
Oh my god.
this is bullshit.
Got